Hi everyone and welcome to today's video. This is an A2 level reading lesson. Today we're going to work on the phrases have to and must, which are modal verbs of obligation and necessity. Alright, so what messages do passengers hear before takeoff in an airplane? And what things must passengers do before takeoff? Things like be seated, stow your tray tables, have your seat in the upright position, and fasten your seat belts. Those are all things that you have to do before takeoff. So sometimes things are necessary. So read these sentences, and do you sense any difference in the meaning of have to and must? You have to drink water. You must drink water. You have to arrive at the airport 2 hours before the plane departs. You must arrive at the airport 2 hours before the plane departs. You have to stop at this sign, or you must stop at this sign. So in these sentences, have to and must really have exactly the same meaning. There's no real difference in the meaning between have to and must. So what must you do? What do you think these signs tell us? So take a few moments. You can write those down and then restart the video when you're ready to check your answers. So picture A means that you must be silent. Picture B, you have to take a shower before entering the pool. Picture C, you have to take off your shoes. Picture D, you must not exceed 30 kilometers per hour. Picture E, you have to wash your hands before preparing food. Picture F, you have to give way or yield. And picture G, you must go to jail. And what other rules do you know? Think about some other signs that you've seen that show things that you must do or you must not do, have to do, or don't have to do. Okay, so in normal everyday speech, have to and has to is often pronounced hafta and hasta. So all native speakers do this. So first we're going to listen to a British speaker, and you can follow along.
Number 1, I have to leave now. I have to be at the dentist in an hour. Number 2, the dog has to go outside. It cannot stay inside. Number 3, you have to listen carefully if you want to understand. Number 4, Michelle has to fly to Melbourne for a meeting tomorrow. Number 5, they have to leave immediately.
All right. And then for many speakers in North America, must is much stronger than have to. Must is used for rules or when the speaker feels strongly about something. So we'll listen to these.
Number 1. I have to leave now. I must be at the dentist in an hour. Number 2. The dog has to go outside. It cannot stay inside. Number 3. You must listen carefully if you want to understand. Number 4. Michelle has to fly to Melbourne for a meeting tomorrow. Number 5. They must leave immediately.
All right, so now listen again to the North American speaker, and do you notice that there is less stress on must and have to?
Number 1. I have to leave now. I must be at the dentist in an hour. Number 2. The dog has to go outside. It cannot stay inside. Number 3. You must listen carefully if you want to understand. Number 4. Michelle has to fly to Melbourne for a meeting tomorrow. Number 5. They must leave immediately.
Okay, so you can show the importance of whatever's being expressed in the sentence by either adding or taking away stress. If it's more important, more urgent, you might want to add some stress on the have to or the must, and if it's less important, maybe don't add as much stress to those words. Okay, and then sometimes things are not necessary. We all have to do certain things each week. So first, let's read this short paragraph. During the week, Max has to do many things. He has to go to work, so he has to wake up at 7 a.m. He must get to the bus stop by 7:45 or he won't arrive at the office on time. He has to work until 5 p.m. But today is Saturday. So now see if you can change the sentences above to show that these things are not necessary today. So you can try that on your own and then restart when you're ready to check your answers. All right, so you might say something like, on Saturday, Max doesn't have to do many things. He doesn't have to go to work, so he doesn't have to wake up at 7 a.m. He doesn't have to get to the bus stop at 7:45, and he doesn't have to work until 5 p.m. So again, we have he has to go to work, and then the negative form is he doesn't have to go to work. He must be at the bus stop by 7:45. He doesn't have to be at the bus stop. Now, must not or mustn't has a different meaning. We don't use it when we want to say it is not necessary. He must get to the bus stop by 7:45 a.m., but you really can't say he must not get to the bus stop by 7:45 a.m. That it's correct grammatically, but it means something different. It means that he's not allowed or he doesn't have permission to get to the bus stop that early. All right, change all of these sentences to express that something is not necessary. So maybe basically you're making these the negative form. Go ahead and pause the video, try this on your own, and then restart when you're ready to see the answers. All right, so number one, Lillian has to eat more vegetables. So this one would be Lillian doesn't have to eat more vegetables. This up a bit so plenty of room. Number two, we have to arrive before 11 p.m. We don't have to arrive. Before 11 p.m. She must study harder would be she doesn't have to study harder. Number four, he has to hand in his essay today. He doesn't have to hand in his essay today. You have to call your sister. You don't have to call your sister. They must make an appointment. They don't have to make an appointment. All right, so think about your week. What are some things that you have to do this week? And you can make some sentences about the things that you have to do this week. All right, we're going to listen to the speaker and mark if she has to or doesn't have to do the activity. And there's one activity that she can't do. So let's listen.
It's going to be a busy weekend. Tomorrow morning I have to go shopping. The fridge is nearly empty. After shopping, I have to go to Mary's birthday party. Well, I don't have to go, but she will be upset with me if I don't. Oh, And on Saturday evening, I have to cook dinner for my parents. I promised I'd do it weeks ago. On Sunday, I have to study. I have to hand in my assignment on Monday morning. I wanted to go out with Andrew on Sunday evening, but he told me that he has football training. I have so many things to do.
All right, so she has to go shopping. She has to go to Mary's birthday party. She has to cook dinner on Saturday. She has to study on Sunday. And she can't go out with Andrew on Sunday evening. All right, so it says start packing. Next week you're going camping. At Moose Lake, it is very hot during the day and it becomes cooler at night. There are a lot of bugs, especially mosquitoes. You will go on long walks and hikes, and you will sleep in a tent. So what things do you have to pack? So think about that and write down your answers, and then restart when you're ready to check. All right, so it's hot during the day and it becomes cooler at night. So you have to bring a jacket. There are a lot of bugs, especially mosquitoes. So you have to pack insect repellent. You will go on long walks and hikes. So you have to pack comfortable hiking boots or shoes. And you will sleep in a tent. So you have to pack a tent. A sleeping bag, and maybe an air mattress. All right, so listen carefully to the list of things that you need to bring. So what do you have to bring for sleeping, for the weather, for the insects, and for walking? We'll check our answers.
Hi everyone. Next week we're going on a camping trip. Let's go through the list of items that you have to bring. First, you have to bring a sleeping bag. You don't have to bring a pillow, but there won't be any available. You have to pack at least 2 sets of summer clothing, like shorts and a t-shirt, and you should bring something warm to wear in the evening. Oh, you must bring a hat to protect you from the sun. Let me see. You also have to bring sun cream. You don't have to bring bug repellent, but we recommend it, especially if the mosquitoes like you. But of course, you must bring your own personal medication. Finally, you have to have good, strong walking shoes. No, wait. You must have good walking shoes. At the bottom of the form, you can see some space to fill in your emergency contact details. You have to complete this and hand this in to Mrs. Fredrickson or Mr. Wilmington.
Okay, for sleeping, you have to bring a sleeping bag. For the weather, 2 sets of summer clothing and some warmer clothes, a hat, and sun cream. You have to bring your own medication for insect bites, and you have to bring strong walking shoes. And that brings us to the end of today's video. Please like, subscribe, or share. And if you have any questions, leave those for me in the comments. Thanks for watching. Bye.